YouTube recording started. What is going on, everybody? We are back with more Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, I don't remember what we did
How do you do?
last time, but we need a room, that's for sure. Because man, am I hurt? Oh, hello. I don't know if I can. Okay. Oh, it went next without me saying anything. Okay. Hanging from the trees, an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she's mere inches from your face. What's up, Alex? Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Awesome. Ooh, we got a level up. Alrighty, let's drop one into lore and mechanics. I'll do this last one as stealth. Can I? Unused points will carry to the next level. Okay, they can't. Then I don't need to throw in stealth. We ain't stealthing anywhere. We don't go sneaky beaky like. Get out of here. Alright. Console House Corrosive Sight. Okay. Ooh. Spells. Let's see. Let's just do what combusting wounds. Causes enemy wounds in the area of effect to ignite, inflicting additional burn damage over time each time they are wounded. That might be fun. Corrosive Siphon eats away at the target's spirit, inflicting corrosive damage and converting that essence into endurance for the caster. Ooh, yeah. Target becomes paralyzed, afflicted with boiling pustules of foul-smelling liquid that erupt from their skin, sickening those nearby. No. Plus 15% of hits converted to crits. No. Necrotic Lance. I've used Necrotic Lance before, and I've used Rolling Flame before, and they're both nice. But it's a scorching ray of flame between the caster and the target, inflicting continuing burn damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. Yeah, let's do it. It's very odd. And Mr. Okay. More mechanics. And let's just save that last point there. We'll give him Rolling Flame and Combusting Wounds. I've got 2 wizards. It's great. Okay. I don't remember if we went and saw Mr. Dwarf Dude. That's stealing. I don't want to do that. It's you, my savior, who makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will not let this go. I will let this go unrewarded. I've decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. Alright, a savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Alex, you ever played this game before? Oh, alright, so here's the deal. There's a lot of people that, like, they're not actually people in this game. They're souls, and you can reach out for the soul and get like this huge backstory on these people. I'm not obviously going to read all of them all the time, but why is she biting her lip? You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory, and to the side. She begins to repack one time. She empties it once more, one hand held to her mouth. What is going on? Gangly young elf offers her his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. As a doctor. Alright, anyway, so these people, no, but great music. It's got some stellar music. Also,
how may I help?
Not this guy. Let's go to my guy.
What is it? What is it?
Tell me you recognize that voice.
Well? Well? Well?
Yeah, there's another soul. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else worth in this town. Says the one from Thien. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thien. Okay, that's it.
As you
or
wish.
just scatter and flee under the crates. These three are more souls, so we're not gonna bother with them.
Where there's a pick, there's a
lock
way. It's finished.
Ah, yes, I can't wear hats. Oh, do you have no hair? Oh, that's not good. Oh, there it is. It just, all of it just disappears. Okay. And behind the books is a drawing that shows Aethys and Lord Raedric in a compromising position. Oh, bye. Oh, why are you freaking out like that? Stop it. Alright, if you guys want to read some lore, take a pause. I ain't gonna read it all though. You another soul? No, you're just a guest. Oh, that'd be stealing. And here's Dawn. Bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Puppy! The black hound. Yeah. I have a pet now. There it is. Come on, puppy. Villagers. Okay. See, I should find the dwarf woman and find the man in the red cloak. I know where that is. I started a new character and I haven't gotten very far on him, but I know where he is. I also know of one other mission in the area. Well, a couple more missions in the area. And how to get a new follower as well. So, we're going to do that. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices you approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Welcome.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Naunton? Naunton shakes his head. I don't believe so. Was there something you wanted, stranger? That cloak. I've seen it before. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Naunton, touching his arm. And this is about the accident. We're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Naunton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? No, look, I had a vision, my dude. That's not possible. Naunton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to the sword belt. I left no sign. Naunton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband. He was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Naunton, we met, and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coin saved up. You can have it, if you only let us go. Keep the money and get out of here. Ingrid blinks. Surprised, then. Thank you. Truly, I'm glad you understand. Only here. Take this at least. I hope it brings you luck. She looks to Naunton, smiling. We have a long journey ahead of us. I get a minor ring of deflection. I wish you well on your own travels, stranger. We won't forget this. I wonder if I'll run into them again. Put that on. See what we got here. Ooh, they left some money behind. What's up here? Hassan Red is half empty. Well, that's a shame. Another quest up here that I know about. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. Muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. But we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have our reckoning. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. Miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, just chill, dog. Freaking chill. Miller hesitates and lowers the club. Wait, I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swainer's already gotten his claws into you. Gods, that's all I need. Yeah. You need some help, really? Trumbull sighs relief. Hell yes, tits. Could I use a friendly face? I take it you heard some part of what that crowd's asking for? Grain, as if I've got it all tucked away somewhere. Swinger's been egging that lot on for days now. They've been keeping clear so far, but if things keep on like they are, I don't know how much longer we've got before things get messy. Please, if you're not here on his behalf, maybe you could speak to Swainer. He won't listen to me anymore. Just explain that we're all getting smaller rations now. We're all making sacrifices. Miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. You'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him. What we got here? Ranson's stench rises from the screen. It's mushy and mottled with green. That's stealing. I don't want to do that. Yo,
Hail
dude.
and well night.
Back. No, I just want more answers. No more questions. Can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go round. Swinner's howling after things he has no right to. It's not. He pauses. Look, Swinner's always have been a rotten bastard. With stores so limited, maybe save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Afra, for instance, she's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Do the villagers know? Trumbull looks embarrassed. Some. The innkeeper, for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. I wouldn't drink the ale is all I'm saying. Ooh, great. Alright. Oh, there's another person I remember I have to talk to as well. Gotta tell her about her sister's death. Right over here. Stealing. Let's look at the book though. Worn, dog-eared book is titled Travels Upon the Keldglass Sea. No, I wasn't done reading that. There is an etched illustration of a vast finned leviathan. Fun. Afra, a dire wooden woman, is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Good day to you.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Odemus, by any chance? I was. Well, we're not going to tell her straight up. My sister Kalisha is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. She said she was going to pay her way, but by working as a guard for the caravan master. She was a tough one. She pauses. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road, or the caravan perhaps. It's Master Odemus. Yeah, Afra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments, she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. How new? I told her it was dangerous stuff to take, or a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. Afra smiles. Not smiles. I cannot read today, folks. Holy crap. Afra sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here, if I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Afra's face crumples and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Let's see, Kalisha mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Yeah, let's see that one. Afra looks at you with some surprise before dabbing at her nose with a sleeve. It's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I can impose this on you. It's not a small favor. Afra wipes at her eyes. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It happened to so many mothers, and Lord Raedric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods, disfavor. She sniffs. With my Hathor gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hope Kalisha could help me. They say Ringa, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn, but she moved south to Ainslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? Okay, I wonder what those two are. Oh no, I'm not gonna ask for recompense. Think about it, if I ever head that way, I'm not. I'll find her. Offer blinks eyes wide. You will? Oh, God's bless you. Here, I'll give you a coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of. Well, I'm not sure. But it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Anslog's compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. Clasps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. Alrighty. Mother's plea. Okay. Let's go talk to Swainer. What's up, Spencer? Appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Who am I texting? I think you know who I'm texting. Same person I'm always texting.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
I'm looking for anyone who can make me feel better. Okay. That's done. I'm gonna talk to you real quick before you'll get anything. Squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head rolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Maybe grinding smash ultimate the night it comes out? Not me, dude. I don't have a switch. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes? No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, then. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be. Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
Yeah?
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes?
Sure.
Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now.
Yes, I have.
And the watcher you
Also, how do you
stay.
spell my name wrong? Like, what?
What indeed?
Actually, I've played the first
Long
Divinity.
hours
I haven't
have
played the second
many
one.
animancers spent studying such
And I'll be
things.
playing the first Divinity
Not
on
I.
stream at some point.
Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it. Sometimes more than they were
I'd be down to do
before,
that, Spencer.
but usually less and seldom the same.
Playing a group game? I didn't know you can do
For
that.
all souls there is
I
a
did not know
time
that was
where
possible.
they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder. Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kagnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company. Did you now, dear?
Scholarly interest for a moment before
My, that would
resuming
be
her cheerful
something,
demeanor.
wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me now. Oh, yes. Entropy.
Hey, what's up, Lucas?
Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how.
All my friends are coming
We
to watch
lose
me play
pieces
video
of
games.
ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually,
My voice seems quiet?
I think.
Are you sure it's not your volume? Is my voice quiet to everyone else?
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Your game loud and clear? Okay. Well, I don't know what I can do about my voice. It's pretty much all the way. I'm always quiet? Look, I'm sorry. I mean, it's like almost hitting yellow for my voice. I mean, I can turn the sound down on the game, but I don't know.
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing her blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now.
Lucas, you
Such
got real excited to
question.
see Alex.
As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
Move my mic a little closer to my face. How about that? Oh, come now. Let's see. Yep. Do.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife. See why the gods have
Much better? Okay. I just can't move it too close to me because otherwise, like, my desk is rounded on the bottom, and so it doesn't clamp correctly. So I have to be careful. I need to get a new desk.
Do you know what I found? Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Ooh, that would be interesting, Spencer. I don't have the second one yet, but I will get it. No, that's interesting. That'd be fun to do.
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valiant Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
No, that's it.
Goodbye, my dear.
That's all I want to ask you about.
Lovely visiting.
Stop talking to a dead body now. Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Hey, Crucible of the Soul. He looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. Totally fine. Nothing to worry about. His arch eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. How did I expect this has something to do with the hooded figure and the figures in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Solid. What could go wrong? Alright. Smell of pipe smoke, once earthy and sweet, winds its way to your nostrils. Your eyes trace through the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking
people
about?
Hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what people do for fun around
Name's
here?
Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
Sam Riegel's in this game too. He just
Don't
died
think
in the
I put you
last
much
time I
time
played.
into it, too. 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his
I was smoking over here,
broadened.
saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
You know what a watcher
Careful,
is.
friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fella who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Saints War, only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's a living incarnation of Aethys. Overthrows Ridsterus. Marches on Direwood, so we gave him a Direwood and hello.
We blew him up.
Smiles at this, but it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had to, on good authority, someone in town was working with the Colts, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Sizer shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later. If not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me.
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, there was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. So when he got tired of all the hangings, he's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. Wait, no. You said you fought in a war. Wait, I had other questions. Let's travel together. Some place called Sade Noir. Sade, I don't know. There's an old watcher there who might be help.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that.
Look, I'm the strangest stranger they'll ever strange.
Truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
I'm so strange they call me Steven.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
I really hope someone got that joke. And I'm definitely picking the sights.
17 and a half.
Let's talk to you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. I appreciate you. Swannery, little shite. Thank you. Thank you for the bless. Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it too. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids, purest soul in all of Gilded Vale. Cowards sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him, and we can't afford a good drink on account of him, but we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. I'll buy you around. Come on. Swainer considers it. Briefly. He looks at the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and mind we all fill up trading your words.
Gods keep you.
Let's see. I need to buy a drink. Pass over the money. There we go. Solid.
Hail and well met.
Sorry, got a text. One moment. Alright. You again, what do you want now? Let's see. I brought the drinks. Hey, so you have. By the flame, I never thought I'd be so happy for Mugger the Black Hound shit bear. Alright, give me a bear. Guys, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. Oh, shit. Hold on. One moment. Oh, no. I think I forgot him. I was totally just about to go get myself a beer. But I think I forgot him at the house. Damn. Alright, then you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Let's see. Tell me more about what's going on. What's going on? It's like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like Offra pay half what we do. Maybe we've been a bit rough with them, but what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're going to starve, and don't you think Trumbull, and do you think Trumbull's going to be sorry about it when we do? Maybe I can talk to him for you. No drinking on stream? What do you mean no drinking on stream? Ha, you think you'll get through to him when we haven't? The man's thick as a peat bog. What's a peat bog? I hear he got his soul red. Found his kin used to grow sonrid trees for their Adrian lords up until they figured out their side was losing. Explains why his knees still ache to bend to whatever lord or lady crosses the room. Unprofessional? Please, unprofessional, whatever. He'll be holed up in that mill for days, the coward. Now here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. We'll owe you one if you manage it. Man, you can't be charging people different prices. That's just not cool. That's just not cool. Twitch strike? Ain't no Twitch strikes for drinking. Plenty of people be doing it. And they just fine. Get out of here. I've also done it before. Ain't no problem. Hey, Mr. Trumbull.
Gods keep you.
Spoke to Swanner. Fuck, man. Good grief. And what did he say? He says you're treating the farmers unfairly, raising prices and giving them rotten grain. Of course he does. He's been saying nothing else for days now. The man's delusional. If he wants grain, he'll have to pay for it. Where to begin? Swanner's whipped them up into a froth going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. Can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swanner and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town, the crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting for the farmers, it's gone off, rotted through. DMCA takedowns, get out of here.
How do you do?
I don't have enough resolve.
Hail, traveler.
Or might. I don't have enough either. Ugh. Alright.
Welcome.
I can't force him to to lower the prices.
Hail, traveler.
Go up against a wall, maybe you can ask some of the other villagers for help. And he sighs, you're right. Things go on like they are, we're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. I think Pasha needs a hand around the inn. Alright. Let's go back to Trumbull.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Alright, listen here, you piece of crap.
Well met, friend.
Spoke to Swanner, convinced him to leave me alone. Why, that's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to them. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. Thank you, Slob, for the host. I owe you a great debt. Here, he pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earnings. To show my appreciation, and be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. Yeah, glad to help. Now we stand a chance of getting through the year. All thanks to you. Safe travels, friend. Awesome. Go me. Alright, there is one final quest that I know of. rising sun and the 3 dawn stars, the symbol of Aethys.
Must be 5, 6 years. Used to.
A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near. His features twisted
Hail
with
and
pain.
well met.
Ha, thought you were some. Never mind. Whoever you are, you've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are. Girls in shift positions, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Aethys, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Direwood, from Red Cirrus even. Not so much from Red Cirrus these days. Till the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. No, don't have that. Come on. Get it over with. Once the legacy started, Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient on the Aethasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down here, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end, see? But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that, chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's coin in it for you if you need motivating. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. Yeah. Well, I meant to be in and out, nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone, it's just Lord Raedric's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause, though, isn't it? And you can make some coin in the process. I got questions for you. Why can't you do it yourself? Well, I tried, only got short ways in before I got it over my head. I haven't raised a blade in a long time. Turns out it isn't something you can just pick up again. But you look like you can handle yourself. My name's Wharton. I've lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be. I used to help the temple sometimes, bring supplies, that's all. I wouldn't go telling him about it. Lingering in these places, it's no good for anyone. But you do this quick and quiet, and we can do right by this priest without raising a fuss. Any chance there's something down there worth a little more than some old bones? Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me, and I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask you to do this favor for me while you're at it. Alright. I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priest would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, tricks, sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I don't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Let me try to patch myself up a little. Well, you patch yourself up enough to stand. What do we got in here? Nice Adra and copper. Attack! Kick butt. A spirit residue. Oh, okay, goodbye. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it faded. Oh, no, I was still reading that. In this time of hardship, must have just as much faith in ourselves. Would either of you be down for a 4-player Divinity campaign?
Bring them down.
Man, these spider things. Shit. Jasper, a letter home, huh? Mother, I've asked Brother Edric to carry this letter to you, for he travels to New Amer come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of unexpected homecoming, for I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix Obrica will not approve, but that's it. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. What's my, let's see, reception 11, 12, and 12. Okay. What were you good at? You're good at athletics? Okay. Initiate's note. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Isitors to the ritual floor. Rectrix Obrica says, redemption for even these. Or got and struck the largest bell first rather than second. The rest is illegible. Alright, second bell first. Everyone remember that. Ooh, camping supplies. Second bell must come first. Oh. Red-brown smears flick away under the toe of your boot. Oh, the nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles, the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin, glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Force sparks movement. The spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and in the next moment you are somewhere else. Your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You are in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles, and the room is dark, save for the podium, lit from behind. 2 people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says, but the Rectrix stands calm, unmoved. Her strength will see you all through these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. Spirit tears itself from you with sudden, dizzying force, and you find yourself back before the ruined altar, swaying. Spirit fades as suddenly as it appeared. Huh, alright. Face of the statue has had most of its features struck off, along with portions of its hands. Alright. Over here, okay. Oh. Ear. We got monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago, barbed ravagers, winding serpents, winding wow, Leviathan, Pulpover. All right. A scroll of jolting touch, huh? Beloved land, poems from Aaron Glanpath. The tree, the wind. Who shall hear the voice of the wind? Its beauty resplendent, unseen, intangible. Its tongue whispers with oath. I move, I carry. Always will I fly, and always will I change. For nothing is permanent, nothing escapes my grasp. Who shall call the heart of the wind? It travels swiftly, fiercely, untouchable. Its fist howls the promise. I push, I break. Never will I stop, and never will I land. All is in my domain, and all bend to my will. All right. Oop. Something over that way. Ooh, a fine sword. Fine. Plus 4 accuracy, plus 15% damage. Accuracy, 1 less damage. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we got more stuff over here. Ah, 6 silver pfennigs. Prayer scrolls are coated in a thick layer of grime and dust. To His Grace, I write to implore. The rest of this letter is crossed out in several places and then abandoned altogether.
Where there's a pick, there's a way. It's finished.
Crossbow, solid. Great Western Stag and Book of Verses. Ah, kill it. Kill it. It exploded. Vermin have scoured these plates, though mold still grows in green-black clumps across the table. Tasty. Yummy. These collapsed stones are pocked with burrows and narrow crevices. Claw marks and dung mark the Passage of Beasts.
Poison! Hardly fair.
Ooh, spell ward amulet, huh? Plus 10 against spells. Nice. Kill it.
Bring them down.
A haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. Stronger than sight is the sense within you of a powerful energy it roils and sees with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until this sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards and into you. Suddenly, you are elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals, and they're slipping off your feet, fouling your steps. You're late. Again. The rites were going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell, and your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in this night sky and last to fade in the dawn light. Okay. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. Okay, right is first and last. The lights fade as does memory, and when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. Powerful odor of spices rises from one of these dishes. Vibrant dyes and grain seeds fill the other. Three bells hang from the stone protrusion that runs along this wall. Years of dust and grime coat the metal. There is one large bell at the center, flanked by two smaller ones. The bells appear to be fully intact. They are made of thick iron and look very heavy. There doesn't appear to be much out of the ordinary. Okay, so the right hand. I'm assuming these are the bells. So, right. I always have to look this up and totally forget it. I think it's middle one was second. Heave at the bell, and as it swings back in the other direction, the clapper strikes a low, powerful note against the heavy iron in your chest as the sound moves through the ruined halls of Renrog. There's a quiet melodic chime from all three bells before their discordant voices meet in one powerful, rising rush of sound. Seems to fill the whole temple. Hey, we did it. Okay. I actually remember that time. It's usually because I don't pay attention to the notes, but whatever. Alright, made it down.
Strange looking back. All the time I spent here growing up. Never seeing what was coming.
Kill it. what do you got going on that's making you heal? No idea. Alright.
Curses.
Alright. That punk's dead.
As you wish.
What's behind door number 1? It's the hallway. Fine. What's behind door number 2? Ah, stuff.
Have your eyes for that one.
Yeah, great. Ring of protection. Oh, is this because I have a cloak of protection? Yeah. Okay, so it's one or the other then. That's a bummer. Alright. What's this? You lost leather armor. Okay. Oh, get out of there. Let's see, we gotta move
There's
that.
a pick, there's a way. It's finished.
A fine great sword, eh? Oh, it's a two-handed weapon there. Just hold on to it, I guess. Hey, what are you doing over here?
Prisoners!
Oh,
Won't show 'em the wind feather yet! Damn it!
maybe I should have used a spell. Oh well. It's fine. Aelos is fine. Got a wrench knee and frostbite. We're fine. Totally fine. Alrighty, hold on. Now we're gonna use some spells here. Okay.
What is it?
Indeed.
Nope. Okay.
How may I help?
Leave it to me!
There we go. Alright, we're gonna take a nap real quick. Before we do anything else. Oh, okay.
As you wish.
Got hit by another freaking trap. Cloak of an Athasian priest. Will of a 9. Well, let's give it to the person that worships Aethys. Bollocks. And just hit him.
Yes.
Alrighty. What's my get perception up? Dude, I'm trying. It is not working out very well. Bollocks. Leave him alone.
Yes. Perhaps a little rest is in order.
Gosh dang it. Kalos is getting his butt whooped.
Of course.
Oh, Nikes. Hey. Why don't you send that in there? You give that a little gusto.
How may I help?
Okay. No, do it on that one instead.
You see.
Alright. Nailed it.
As you wish.
Your grinding noise beneath your feet and the rush of water. Ooze. Hey, gleaming silver key. Awesome.
Curse your eyes!
Did that just miss? Are you for real? Oh, come on, kill it. There we go.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
What do we got in here? Let's see, we got that. Crumpled note. This letter is fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Gesture. I know that the temple baths boast great healing properties, and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that if you are... Oh, alright. I got the key before I went down. Okay. I will say, though, the healing properties are something... not really to be talked about, because they didn't do jack.
As you wish.
Oh, yeah, let's not do that.
How may I help?
What is it? We are your seek.
That's me you're hitting!
No!
Damn it. Watch it, better Caravella.
I just, like, wasted my own team. It's fine. I need a rest. Just burn my own team. Whatever.
Of course.
There. We're all good. We're all healed. Everything is totally fine.
Kill them all! Of course.
Potion of Fleetfoot. Was it double? No. Iron Skin. No.
What is it? Of course.
Still, dark waters are reflective as black glass. There's a screech of metal and a snapping noise as you pull the lever.
Remind me never to help kill my
Faint
god.
scratches upon the brickwork by the door hinges. This stand rocks unsteadily on its base. It seems that the mechanism is broken. Some of the gold leaf on these relics has chipped away to reveal the wood beneath. There are tooth marks upon one of the bowls. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standing figure, features of a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as if you have stepped sideways into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic in your robes alike foul your steps. And you nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arm and steady you, a fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. You run around and pass the shallow reflection pool that marks the lowest point of the temple, following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way towards the narrow hall that leads to the vault. You pass one of the torchbearers as you go. The harsh illumination of the flames reveals a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think Wartan has joined you, here at the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment and then looks past, at someone else. "I'll come back once they're gone," he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd, and his words are growing faint. "Just keep quiet. We can't take any chances." Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. The memory twists, drawing you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung doll. There is only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded until the knowledge settles out onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burnt away. You know now, too, with a sick certainty that nobody's coming. There's a cracking noise somewhere to your left, a wet, slurping gurgle, and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear, in the faint murmuring to your right, the familiar cadence of prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You are too tired to do harm. The thirst is like fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat, and every breath is a struggle that leeches strength from you. There is a light, they said, at the end of every bout of darkness, but this one does not end. Spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself in pieces. Your vision clears, and the vault around you is revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly illumination of the soul still drifting like fading fog. Fear wafts off the spirited waves, fraying your emotions. Spirit seems to withdraw into itself. You sense less of its fear and confusion as it recedes, but the soul still lingers still. There are times I see you staring off at nothing. It doesn't get less weird. Spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones of the priests. It proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all. Fuck, dude. Oh, some money. Take some of that.
Where there's a pick, there's finished.
Oh, look at that. Gaun's share. Accuracy, 15% damage, 20% damage restores endurance. Yeah. Kill.
Poison. No prisoners.
Hey, the Pilgrim's Lasting Vigil. As you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. The door slides open with the grinding rasp of stone. Candles flicker gently as you approach. There's a gap above the altar, lined with broken glass where a mirror may once have been set into the wall.
Candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god. Redemption. And they got this whole rite for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine. They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, come out into this room and uncover your eyes again, and everyone's there to greet you. All your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Andrew's eyes linger on the candles, and he seems for a moment to be on
Candles are still burning. Not bad.
I'm gonna leave it.
It was nice to see those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
Good day, stranger.
I think I sorted out the worst of it. Arm's hurting a little less. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? You lied to me. What? Waiting grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. The risk involved? Is that what you meant? I did say there'd be spiders, and I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. Ooh, lift him off. Yes. Orting scrabbles fruitlessly at your arms, his eyes wide with shock. Wait, I don't know what you... Maybe I knew where you'd find the bodies. Is that it? I'm sorry. Wait, no, you can't. They'll kill me. Worse, maybe. It's why I needed your help in the first place. You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day. Every single day I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Raider wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they'd shrug it off. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. Gives a bleak glass. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in there. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave, they ignored. The Rectrix, she said they'd be reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter. So she got what she wanted, her martyrdom. Rajic ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide, at least. They have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of the Direwood, back to Ader. But when I told the men that the priests had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. There's nothing I can do. Ader's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you can do but tell someone, get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. There were some last decent folk left in this hole. Now all that we got left is people like you. I could have. It would have ruined me, maybe kill me, but I could have saved them. I didn't. Damn it, dude. I told you the way out. Oh, the way of it. Told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now. Make the decision. I'm not sure that's true. It's been years now. What am I supposed to do? Bury their bones, idiot. Warden looks at the remains. He runs a hand through his hair, letting out another ragged breath. I can do that. I can. I'll let them rest. Try and do right by them somehow. Thank you, truly, for what you've done. Give me a second chance. I'll put it to good use. You freaking better. Piece of crap. Let's see what we got left. Travel Anselm's Compass. Eder. Kenua. let's head south. To Megran's Fork. Oh, what's up, Fulmir? Fulmar? Oh, hello there. Begging your pardon, but you gave me a good fright. Thought I heard something rustling through the brush. I suppose that was just you. Silly of me. Don't suppose you happen to need some supplies? I thought I'd make my way over to Madmer Bridge, but I'm starting to think I'd be better off heading back to town and getting a few more folks together. Better safe than sorry, right? Say, did you hear something? Huh, where did they come from? Who? Ah, wolves. Solid. By every star in the sky, thank you. I've never seen these beasts so bold before. Strange times we're in. Here, take these. I'm headed back to Gildevale for certain, and you can make better use of them. Ooh, 3 potions of minor endurance. Solid. Let's not do that. Instead, let's do... You know what? I'm just gonna hit him. There.
Kill them all! No prisoners!
Oh, there we go. To get Admeth's work. What we got in here? Oh, Will-O-Wisp.
Curse your... No prison! No prison!
Orland's Cradle. Scepter. Does that happen to be a special scepter? No. Just a regular one. Let's go in here, shall we? Food. What do we got over here? A rope and grappling hook. Alright. Oh, hold on. Go back and grab that. There we go. Oh, the settler's arrow. Oh boy. There, that one. Get that one. What? Gold packed paladin? Yo, you gonna regret this. Oh. Damn. Oh, hell nah.
We gotta take better.
That's what I freaking thought. There. Great sword, armors. Ludrana's Grimoire. You found a new Grimoire. Yeah, I did. What do we got in there, huh? Fan of Flames, Ghost Blades, Chill Fog, Necrotic Lance, Fetid Karis. No, I like my Grimoire more.
As you wish.
I wonder why they were after me. Oh, there's a body down there. Also, if you can't tell, I like to explore the entirety of the map. That's a forest troll.
How may I help? Lava.
Curse your eyes!
God, that spell is nice. That beam, oh my goodness. Fulvano's amulet. True letter. This piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little of it remains reads, word he may have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guides to take me back west in safety and see if we cannot find Fulvano. At present, I regret my eagerness to be away from Gilded Vale. It is very dark. And a healing bonus, huh? 25% healing are received. Not so bad. What we got here? Fine poleaxe, huh? Reflection warps and twists in live gleaming Aedra. Oh. Perfect. Now what's left is to explore the black part. The middle. Fighting boars? Alright. Oh.
Saw you in the flames.
Hello. West to Guildvale, south to Angzog's Compass, east to Black Meadow. I think I have to go both of those places. Squatting at the base of the statue is an incredibly ugly man, with bulging red cheeks, raked by pock scars, and a scraggly beard. He's sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. That comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere, there's a hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify that smell.
Come to pray at the statue.
The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it. It slowly blossoms into waving flames. Man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms
The
into
others
fire.
are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel.
I want this guy to come with me.
I trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Staff rests easily in his hand. He wasn't there a moment ago. Waving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, so much so you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. Sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magrin cast more light on this feature. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. While his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Stuff looks thick, stout, blackened ash, once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines of the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous, but not now. The man smiles slightly at your words, then nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer, until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
I didn't give it, the man grunts. Probably find names as useless as I do. His hand tightens around the staff. Names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue, and what do they matter? I think he's supposed to be speaking, but it keeps cutting out. If what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about, what burns within, it's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever a culture, or how does he know I'm a watcher? Or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from. The man's staff blossoms with fire for a moment, then the embers settle. Or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now.
If you need a title to hang on me to match your own watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
Alright. Durance shakes his head and his hands curl tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation.
Can you walk with me? Can I take you? Can you want to be a part of my party?
With the spirits of others,
you want to travel
and
together,
their own,
bro?
Watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place.
We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames, not your face, but the soul of yours. He grunts again, his eyes narrowing, all tightened up like a huntsman's knot.
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight.
He inhales again, giving you the impression of a blacksmith bellows.
Many will
This
stand
guy's just crazy
you.
enough for me to want to take
They
him with.
probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you. Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit. But it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching. Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
Yes!
What?
Mr. Insane Dude, welcome to the party. Who's a priest? Priest of Magrin. Alright. So, solid. Dude's got spells. Oh, this gonna be good. Oh, look at all this. Alright. Nice. Okay. Endurance's robe. Endurance's staff. It's a freaking dope staff, might add. Endurance. Welcome to the group. Statue of Maegrin, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have been scratched into the stone at her feet. Supplicants seeking her blessing. Welcome to the party, Endurance. Okay. So it's west to Gilded Vale, south to Anzog's Compass, and east to Black Meadow. Spend time traveling with Durance. Okay, I can do that. Bring Editor Mayor Wald. I don't know what that is. Anzog's Compass. Mayor Wald. Anzog's Compass, okay. And this is where we're going to call it for the night. Thanks everybody for stopping by and watching. I hope to see you tomorrow for Multiplayer Wednesday. Bye!